Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, Trace. We're getting ready to head to map number 3. Of course, the great decider, the playing field for that, going to be Train. Valiance winning out the map pick events to kickstart the day. ENCE then doing the dirty to Valiance on their map pick of Mirage. We've seen each team go blow for blow. So now we end on a comfortable map for both teams. I think this is really going to be a back and forth game. We're going to see the height of both of these teams. I'm hyping this up because this series thus far has been a fantastic one to watch.
It has lived up to the expectations and more, Harry, but we are straight into this pistol round here. Valiance winning the knife round, I can imagine picking that CT side. Quick smoke towards the Pop Dog, and Nexa, he's going to be playing close to the E-box. He's got a lot to do because 4 players coming out through the T-Con. They are going to overwhelm him. Nice shot from Letney, dropping the bomb. Hunter's also tasked with watching Ivy, but he lets man crawl past. X7 catches him off guard. Letney now back in the connector, and there's no smoke for it, but it's a pop through the Pop Dog, and 2 heads popped by Esperanto. He may have just saved a day here for Valiance, and they're trying to take him out of the back lines, but it's still a man advantage to the CTs.
I now own the Arlie remains. Esperanto and Letney doing everything in their power to make sure Valiance can kickstart this third map in a very big way. Pistol are going to be going their way, and now a chance not only to take an early lead, but also try and build up some of that money. Chad, speaking about the importance of the double AWP here for this Valiance team, we know that on this map, Esperanto and Otto do like to pick that up, but it's a very expensive strategy to try and run.
Yeah, I love how Chad says, okay, ENCE will win this if they don't let any people run through smokes and get kills, and then ENCE smoke Pop Dog, and then Esperanto gets 3 through it. But yeah, not a great start. That was a pistol bonanza though. And Valiant starting things off. ENCE have got to bounce back with just Glocks. Not going to happen. But maybe a bomb plant's doable. Unfortunately, we've got close positions to shut that down. It's Nexa and Otto over on this B bomb site. Bit of a burst, no flashbangs behind it, and you're going to meet your maker. Nexa, come on, buddy. You got this. Chase him down, and there's the ace. Great start.
And we spoke about the importance of building up money. They've just fed a very, very healthy cash injection the way of Nexa here. So that double AWP now becomes a possibility almost off the bat, which certainly not the start. You know, we spoke about those win conditions for ENCE, about how the importance of taking control of the economy and how important that could be to them. Well, that won't be brought up. Instead, the attempt at the bonus round here from Valiant in this one. Going to be keeping these SMGs out for the most part, and ENCE, they're a little bit utility out here towards A early on. Perhaps going to look to try and work that Pop Dog position. Alu succeeds in, I was going to say picking up the man advantage, but Hunter throws out a bit of a slam dunk there to find the 4-on-4. ENCE deciding that, seeing as they found themselves a man advantage, they realized somewhere something's had to give, and after nading the man down over in main, you anticipate that maybe this B bomb site is a little more empty, and indeed it is. There's only Nexa here. Does have an incendiary. Maybe he can drop that at ramp, especially now that he goes unnoticed. There's the first man gone. Ariel's able to trade, but Letney's already here from connector. The rotation's coming through thick and fast because they've got that bomb, and only Sergey inside of this inner bomb site left to hold it down. He falls, and now all the pressure's on X7.
Yeah, no bomb with him as well. It's dropped on the site, so we'll get the kills first, and he does have the time to do it, but I think they just heard him. Hunter must have. Esperanto, eyes on the heaven. X7, oh, he didn't know that he's going to drop to his death. There's a player below him, that's Hunter. Big 2K from him and Letney in that round, and Valiant's finding their third here on the CT side. Off to I was going to say blundering start, but that's a bad word. Off to a great start is what we'll go with.
I think I mean blinding.
Blinding start, that's what I was going with. Yeah, a lot of Counter-Strike today. But yeah, either way, bonus round being won is a great way to make some money. And look at these upgrades they're going to get. 3 AKs taken into that next round, or at least 2 and an AWP, as Otto's going to buy that up into the first. And they don't have one to play with still on pistols for now. A quick A burst is going to be the plan, and they've got a bit of utility behind it at least.
Ooh, ouch, through that smoke. Esperanto takes the dig to the dome, gets thrown off of his throne, and now this A bomb site becomes ENCE's home. That bomb goes down, and here on in, Valiant's going to have to try and retake. These pistols become very, very deadly as they're allowed to get in all these little angles. Train just full of them. This A bomb site really is a nightmare. Thankfully, Valiants do at least have ample amounts of utility to try and force some of these players out, try and force some of these engagements. But have so many angles to check, and this is, as we say, this is where the pistols are most deadly. Sergej giving some love to the Tech-9, but not giving love the way of Valiance, as he completely decimates this retake. Nex is left in a 1v4, and there's nothing he can do. He's sent back into the depths from which he came. Sergej cementing the 4K. It's been a while since he's seen the Tech-9 be behind many round victories, but my goodness, he certainly makes a case for it there.
Yeah, who needs the AK? He just chased down that last player with his pistol. Dear oh dear, I love bite, if anything, from Sergej up on that A site, and it's going to be ENCE finally finding their first, but it was off the back of pistols, so talk about making some real money. They're even going to have that AWP as well to play with going into this, so Valiance, they may have had good success winning that bonus round, but it's only gone so far. We do have that AWP on Esperanto in this one over Otto. Imagine because he bought that up, he's going to have no utility as a result. Down on Ivy. Molotov, oh, should force it back, but Alexa B snuck ahead of it. And Ali's found that opening kill, but Alexa B caught by Esperanto, holding from the back of CT. Otto's going to go aggressive through a smoke to regain control of the sandwich, a position that ENCE owned just seconds ago. So they may be surprised due to this. Pogdog's still covered, so they won't push out of T-Con until that is faded, because Sergej wants to try and assist. Smoke thrown towards the A site, but that bomb is already starting to wrap now. It being in those top B halls allows it to drop Pogdog and still commit towards A, but if they change their mind, it can always double back towards the lower site. And ENCE certainly are taking their time as they decide to regroup into this round. 4-on-4 and utility starting to run dry for Valiance. Same story for ENCE, but that last smoke going down, it's just another 15 seconds and ENCE will be able to hit this A site.
Yeah, one smoke, one Molotov there. Their options a little bit limited. Smoke can go down towards connector. Instead, electing just to go in dry here, and that does mean Letney's given free roam, although he's going to get beheaded. Man advantage up for ENCE once again. That Molotov slows down these players attempting to rotate in. Esperanto not being offered a single target, no one peeking out into it, no one giving him space to maneuver. Slowly but surely creeping forward until he gets beheaded, and just like that, it is going to be an ENCE round. Nexa and Otto backing off, trying to hold on to these Orgs, and ENCE in with their second round of this match. Been a strong start from Sergej over on the side of ENCE. Valiance. Otto sitting down there at the bottom. Want to see him try and get onto that AWP at some point. We saw Esperanto with it in the round prior.
Otto did have it on their first buy round with bonus, but of course we had that fast pistol rush, and it's so difficult to retake with an AWP, especially up against pistols playing all these close tradable angles. I mean, especially when Sergej's getting 4 on the Tech-9, so big round for AWPers, and another one taken here from the T side as it's going to push it up to 2-3. Valiant's no longer owner of any money. They've got guns saved, and that's about it. Hard eco coming out from the CTs. And this is where you may as well just stack a bomb site, put 5 players towards A or B, and just assume or hope ENCE will run into it. For now, it's looking good. 5 players here, and ENCE already taking that bomb deep down Ivy. But it is common to see T's establish Ivy control early on, only to back off later in the round, give the illusion that Valiance need to worry about this position. In the meantime, Otto has used his one rifle to open up, and actually that's a gun drop. Letney's found himself another kill with that CZ, and he's taking control of the Pop Dog. ENCE funneling themselves into this A site, and they are running into the meat grinder. It is a full meal being made of that round. And Valiance, dinner is served up on a plate. 4th round taken with just pistols and 2 saved guns.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they're feeling hungry. They make shark fin soup there out of that Finnish team, just completely decimating them. On that push in, everybody falls, and it was so clean. That's the worrying part, not a single player dying over on the side of Valiance. AWP in Otto's hands. He's going to take that free upgrade all day long, and ENCE, they are going to be kicking themselves there. That was their chance to get all tied up, all equal early on the T side. Back to the drawing board now. They do have money to purchase up. Alexa B is a little more limited than the rest of the team as he takes the MAC-10 to pick up the extra utility. Only issue he's going to have is He's in a very tight angle. That's going to be great because he's got the Mach 10, but he's very, very far forward. If he falls, all this utility goes. But instead of that, he's actually found an opener. So maybe a chance here for ENCE. Just now to cave on in towards this bomb site. And it's Alexa with the Mach 10 doing everything right now.
Oh dear, how have ENCE bounced back from that previous round in such a strong way? Valiance giving him so much respect. Not going to be able to take him down, and somehow it's opened up this round to allow for a bomb plant. Already Valiance starting to retreat. Hunter's just pushed down Ivy, and he's off for a chase down T-spawn, trying to hold on to this gun. But I mean, look at Alu up at T-con. I'm not sure if he's actually watching this spawn, but very possibly here waiting for this wrap round. So yeah, Hunter has to be extremely careful. It seems like these guns, for now at least, will be saved, and Valiance will be able to take a couple forward and carry. I mean, we've already seen these guys win around with just 2 saved guns, so don't count them out. But Hunter being on 10 HP and being chased from literally everywhere means that this is probably not going to be a save. I imagine Aerial will check the spot, and he doesn't, but he still flips back in time to get the kill. So another round taken for ENCE. Nice clean one as well. They keep the money in their pocket. And this is back and forth, right? But the issue is back and forth, especially on a map like Train when you need those AWPs, is not going to be good for the side of Valiance. You want that money, and ENCE are constantly resetting Valiance, and while they're saving at least one AWP, they're not going to be able to run that double up of Otto and Esperanto.
Precisely that, and, you know, in this battle of attrition, the back and forth, the constant force buys, it's going to hurt Valiance even more, not just because of the importance of the double AWP setup for this team, but also because they're over on that CT side, right? The buy is just that much more expensive to begin with, so they're already sinking more money into these rounds than that of ENCE over on the T side. So problems could be on the horizon here for Valiance. For those of you who are just tuning in, this is a third map in a best-of-3 series. It was Valiance to open things up, taking the map pick of ENCE on Dust 2. Then ENCE trading back over on Mirage with a dominant 16-11 performance. Here on Train, the great decider. One of these teams will be looking to try and face off versus North for that spot at the Major.
Ooh, they're trying to get Letney out the pop dog here, and looking like they want to go for an A play, but if you are going to have that split, you need this control down towards ladder room. So Aerial, he's got himself out. A Molotov, once the smoke fades, he can throw it in. Try and force Letney forward into the hands of Sergey, who's already taken the fight. That Molotov not even needed, it will go down just for that safety insurance. But Aerial, he's been legged by an AWP somewhere. Otto getting some damage off from the back of Green Train. Nexa finishes off the frag. Valiance 3 on 4. They are down a man, but they do have all 3 players on the right side.
Yeah, that's one thing they can take solace in at the very least. Otto as well with that AWP, but no, they just start to rotate away. They hedge their bets that maybe this was all a ruse. Leaving Otto in connector. Gonna go ahead and rededicate Nexa into the bomb site, and as he spots that man up on top of the blue train, that was the bomb spotted. These rotations coming around now, and Otto trying to play the long angle, has found Alexa B. We're back into a 3-on-3. Alu's so close to pouncing onto these CTs, all grouped up, but he's just missed his timing. Still looking to try and slip the knife in the back of the retaking forces. There's Alu with 1, and now he's got their attention divided, trying to make them walk blissfully into the crosshair Sergey, but a missed shot gives up his position in the pop dog. Issue is they have to try and find these kills. They have to try and find them quick. Don't ever smoke for the bomb. Alu, uh-oh, missed shots, and those were very crucial shots to hit. Now into the 1v1, and Esperanto just misses the timing. Sergey's there. ENCE tying things up 4-4. Otto,
I want to see a replay from his perspective. I don't even know what happened there. Oh dear.
Flash was perfect. Yeah. He manages to get past Alu. He doesn't see him. He just hears the PT-50 to his right. Alu's like, what the hell?
Could have even gotten the knife being completely real. Obviously, you would never do that, but like, it was that free. That kill was that free. Oh, well, really nice round from Metro. Like, yeah, look at this. Alu's like, so where is he? Where is he? I can't find him. Oh, no.
Oh, dearie me. For Valiance, you know, that's not going to be the nicest feeling in the world.
Yeah. Nowadays, just pistols as a result. We got the armor on Letney, everyone else full eco. So ENCE already, look at this default, just holding on. They know exactly what Valiance are pulling into this round. They know the money is in a bit of a dire spot, so hold on. Try and wait for these CTs to push, because, hey, they'll do it a rifle round, so they definitely will on pistols. For now, though, Valiance just sat with 4 players down on this B bomb site. Aerial looking for opening kills, and the issue is that stacks down on B, but Aerial's opened up the empty site, so he's going to be able to call for a few reinforcements, while Sergey is more than aware of these players down on B. He just spotted 1 peek upper. And, I mean, at this point, they've guaranteed the round just by pushing onto A. Valiance will start to flank, so Sergey's got a big task ahead of him if they can time this well. Onto wrong angle, but he sacrifices himself for the betterment of the team. Well, that's what you'd like to think if Sergey did go down, but this is when ENCE comes in for the cleanup, and Letny grabs 1 frag onto an SMG player and runs for the hills. This will be ENCE taking 5. I don't think Letny's going to find too much more.
No, he certainly doesn't look like it. In fact, he's actually pretty lucky if he manages to get away with the armor and the CZ. ENCE are hunting him down, and he's allowed to stay alive for the meantime. Issue is, as they get closer and closer, the angles they have to check slowly start to diminish, and the hide-and-seek game really does begin. Aerial mops him up just before that round ends. ENCE taking the lead here for the first time in this map, finding themselves up 5-4 over on the T side. Okay, starting things off, having one hell of a game here on Train.
Maybe stepping up when ENCE need him most. Combined with the fact that we've not really seen many AWP v AWP battles due to the nature of this economy, right? These constant resets, these force buys, these eco wins. That's meant that Alu, while sitting second on the scoreboard, has not really had a chance to 1v1 Otto or Esperanto, and that will be the real deciding factor as to where this half is going. Especially on the T side, because obviously you're going to run that double orb on the CT side, not as much on the terrorist half. So double trouble, but Alu is up for anything, and we are going to have him on the AWP versus just 1 for now. That's Otto. Fast post on T-Con, but ENCE, they've gone deep into the halls already, up into the interior bomb site, where only Nexus sits within it. Hunter, sorry, Esperanto rather, he's the man to get picked up. He was close towards T-Con, so Alu holding down the line, not letting any aggression go unpunished here for Valiance. No kits. It's a big factor as well, especially with Sergey looking like he wants to walk down into that B bomb site, but he's not got much support to do so. We'll hold off for the time being with the smoke at his feet. Right now, ENCE still have 1 player around the back of Ivy, which will allow for this eventual A split, if that seems to be the play. Alexa B is above the pop dog. Sergey's trying to take the fight to B, but Nexa gets aggressive. That's a big trade to come through. Valiance are going to put it back into a 4-on-4. This is when ENCE's trump card is activated, and they start to push up onto this A site.
Aerial closing this gap. Hunter's going to spot him, but not able to land that flick, and now trying to overthrow the incumbent forces of Valiance. Aerial, quick shot onto Letny. My goodness, just 1 HP left on the man. Nexa and Otto left standing. Nexa might be able to deny that bomb plant, and indeed he does. Arlu in with that trade, now leaving Otto in a 1v3. Ooh, Arlu's dropped. Aerial brought down a 1 HP earlier on. Left up alongside Alexa B. They have to try and get this bomb down, and Otto, he's repositioned. He's heading on in through the connector, and Aerial does wise up to this possibility. Holds the angle, 1 HP, mops up Otto, and that will be ENCE. Securing a 6th, holding their own in that 2v1, not letting them crumble under the pressure, not giving Otto any means of getting back into that. Risky, of course, for Aerial to take that peek. He's only on 1 HP, but was comfortable in the fact that Otto only has that AWP to play with, and so peeking over the top of the smoke was able to take that fight.
Aero did come in clutch though. I mean, making a play at a really crucial point in that round where, you know, they lose the man advantage. It goes down to a 4-on-4, and he just bursts that A site, catches Valiance with their pants down. Sometimes you're in situations where you just need that playmaker to step up, and so Getting a couple of opening kills down towards Ivy was exactly what they needed. 6-4 pistols here for Valiance. Let's be pre-firing, ready for that one. Letney now pincered in between T-Con and Ivy, but look at this stack for Valiance. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the A site.
And ENCE once again trying to set up camp inside of A. It's tense for ENCE as they're just deploying them, setting up. And that'll be ENCE locking in a 7.
Wow. Looked like that could have been a real problem there, but apparently not. ENCE, very good crossfires there coming out from T-Con and Ivy.
Yeah, obvious as well. You know, we got an R2 sat just a few meters away. You should take note of the tents for ENCE. That's a possible branding adventure there. I'd buy a tent with an ENCE logo on it.
An ENCE tent. See, it doesn't work unless it's plural. That's the marketing. You have to buy more than one. You don't want an ENCE tent.
We won't sell you one.
Yeah, you can buy 2 ENCE tents, but you can't buy 1 ENCE tent.
I like it. I like it.
There we go. Big branding.
Is the best.
Get tents all the time.
Well, ENCE, they're going to be sitting comfortably in the lead at this point in time now, up 7-4. At least there is a buy for Valiance on the horizon. The issue is, even in these buy rounds, they haven't looked very comfortable, and ENCE have just been running over them. You take a look at it, since we've moved into rifle rounds, Valiance have managed a single one thus far. They win the pistol, convert the next 2 after ENCE attempted to force buy in that second round. And since then, they've managed very, very little, but this time, Letney, he's bypassed that initial wave of Finns out from main. They didn't spot him getting into Pop Dog, and from here, maybe he can wreak some havoc. Aerial, once again, stepping up, takes the head off of Esperanto. Hunter now trying to step up to the mark. And Alexa B, this is where him getting smoked off there because of that Molotov actually comes back to punish Letney. They weren't on the angle for so long that they anticipate someone could have tried to push up into Pop Dog, and they were right. Hunter in with his second kill, so he has pulled this back into the advantage of Valiant. Sergey and X7 now grouping up outside of this B bomb site where only Nexa is left standing. And actually saying that, he's rotated off. He's watching CT because they're worried that maybe ENCE have tried to divert in through Ivy.
Yeah, but this is about to be very, very clear. It's fine for Valiance to give up this B site. Easy to retake with a man advantage. That bomb will be going down. We do have lots of utility left up for both sides here in terms of damage. An HE and a Molotov, that plant coming through. Look at Nexa's position, he's so deep, and they won't expect the sheer pace of him getting into this spot. Damage, but he doesn't find the kill in the initial bout. He'll go back in for more. Sergey gets the trade, but it's a quick flank down Ivy, or down Pop rather, that will seal the deal for Valiance. Hunter ending that round with 3. And frankly, Harry, in terms of this event, he has been my MVP without a doubt. Hunter has been the man to come up big in pretty much every single map the Valiance have played. This one being no exception. 5 rounds here on the CT side. They do just get away with a couple of guns.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely, right? I think if you were going to look at like the 2 highest impact players throughout the EU Minor thus far, I think the 2 players you could definitely make a case for would be Hunter or Valder.
Yeah, I could jump on that.
That's purely coming off the back of seeing how these teams are doing. Zaiwu as well would definitely be in for the question, but after earlier, maybe that kind of gets called into question a bit. Regardless, focusing on the round now, we did see Hunter step up in the round prior. We want to see a little bit more of that, but flash is over, and Esperanto's left blind. Aerial in with 3. Where has that come from? How's he managed it? He makes it look almost too easy. He's got me believing even I could do that.
That is unbelievable.
He is just nuts right now.
Yeah.
Aerial.
I mean, this is why he's the second-rated player in this entire event so far, but he will eventually be shut down alongside the first Alu getting dropped. Bit of a flank from Letney. They do bypass him, but who gives a damn when you've got 3 entries like that? He's still going to win the round. There's nothing Nexa can do about it. No kit. Position given away. He doesn't even get a kill for it either. Sergey wins that fight, and ENCE will take 8 rounds. This is a T-sided train, Harry. 8 rounds. We're not even done with a half. There's 2 more left. ENCE are doing their best to send Valiance packing to that lower bracket. And they are not far away from that, halfway through to the scoreline they need here on Train, the final map of this best-of-3 series. ENCE were the team to come out of their group in first place. Valiance only just clinching a spot. I say only just clinching. They took a 2-0 versus Mouseboars. That wasn't only just clinching, but They're at least a second place team.
Yeah, and, you know, for those of you who are just joining us, as Hugo said, this is the third map in a best of 3 to decide who goes on to face North and who drops down into that lower bracket. We've already seen Dust, that was 16-9 in favor of Valiance. They looked near on unstoppable there. There was no question that they were the better team. Then over on Mirage, complete turnaround. They had a very, very good initial start to it. It was in the second half that things fell flat when we saw ENCE move on over to their CT side. Now here on Train. T-side doing favors for ENCE once again. Esperanto is able to open up, and what a scalp to find. That's Aerial dropped. He's been the man who's been opening up these rounds. He's been finding the entries. He's been creating space. And this time he's just got to sit back and instead watch his teammates try and continue his legacy.
But look at this site. Everyone from Valiance has gone towards B. We've got one deep Ivy player, and that information from Hunter going, okay, Ivy's clear, they're probably not wrapping A, is misinformation. And to been given this site, and you can see the more time that goes on, the more they start to consider maybe this isn't the reality. Esperanto beginning to wrap into the spawn, and with no smokes down yet, friends, they still have a couple left. There's a lot of line of sight that Esperanto can have. Unfortunately, now the utility starts to rein in. We have this flank down from T-Con from Hunter, but he's only on a CZ here. Oh, nice shot from Esperanto through the smoke. He puts X7 down to 30. Here's the flank that we've been waiting for, and Alexibi is not ready for it. Hunter's got so much information, and he'll convert one of that into a kill. His teammate getting dropped in the meantime. Esperanto going down deep by Ivy, but he needs to worry about the pop dog that has been smoked. X7 winning another duel. And this man is on fire right now in this round. It's Sergey to pop in as he catches them through the smoke. Nexa finds one, but the time is too far ticked. Even in this 2v2 with a kit, they are just not going to be able to win it. And Nexa will get that frag, and just like that, it's X7 surviving with 3 points of health to win the round for ENCE.
And I mean, now times really do get tough for Valiance. Last round of the half coming up, and they've got no cash, only the weapons they carried forward with them from the round prior.
I do think one really scary factor is if we think about, you know, how good Valiance have been and how many people have been rooting for them, right? If they lose this game, they go into that lower bracket to face Vitality, the rematch from their Group A winners match. The match that they lost. They got owned on Dust too, if we remember back just the other day. So there is a very real chance that that could happen again, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're still in this one, and Valiance certainly still in this round. Out of nowhere, 3 kills. Otto gonna find another. This is a pug if I have ever seen one. And, well, pug is where Valiance are best met. That will be the half done and dusted, 8-7. No, sorry, 9-6, and we're gonna be heading for a quick break as well, so we'll be back in just a second.
An explosive first half from the Finnish organisation of ENCE. Valiance do find themselves on the back foot here, moving in to their T side. Aerial having a stellar first half, looking to try and keep that up, but Valiance changing the pace, and they're going to go ahead and try and make their presence known here and be almost immediately barreling in, taking these fights with the Glocks, and it's a little bit risky, especially with Sergey's here. Oh my goodness, 3 kills for him. Bombs dropped in the crosshair of these players from Connector. That Molotov does allow Nexa to pick it up, but Sergey's already done the work of many men, and Esperanto and Nexa left standing. Esperanto has made this one possible, so X7 suddenly thrust into the clutch, seemingly from nowhere. He has a very tall order ahead of him now.
Yeah, and that smoke was still down from when they got the bomb plant, so they're able to cross all the way back up to the top of B. This is going to make things nigh on impossible. And X7 doesn't even know either. No kit. Open bomb plant, 2 players ready to peek from separate angles, and they're even baiting him in as well. He's trying to find a kit, he's trying to find anything, but Esperanto's already taken the shot before he can get on that bomb. Valiance, 7 rounds here. A huge pistol round from Esperanto, right when Valiance needed it most. He pulls it out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, I thought once Sergey's done that, once Sergey's managed all of this, there should just be no way. And ENCE as well, I mean, doing a very good job to find that double to actually even get them into the bomb site, right? Sergey, he's already feeling it. Like, he's already got 3. He's really kind of got that momentum behind him. He's eager, he's peeking out. ENCE just walks in, domes him, takes the next guy, and is also able to get that bomb. This round, though, the anti-eco for Valiance, just a chance to make money and keep things clean. They're going to do exactly that. There we go, 5 players staying alive. Gets a bit dicey for Hunter at the very end. But a buy is possible now for ENCE. The thing that I'm curious about is we saw them head into this second half, you know, having the advantage. They're 9-6 up, they lose the pistols, so, you know, could have elected to go for a force buy there in the second. Then, you know, if you win it, you're looking great. They've had a pretty good run of success with their force buys. If you don't, you have a buy in round 4 and you can get the AWP over on Alu. Instead, they've gone for the AWP, but he doesn't have armor behind it. So let's see if that plays into that, because there's a lot of SMGs still on the cards for Valiant. Ooh, Alexa B's been deleted. Alu and Ariel are at least answering back. Blink and you'll miss it. Suddenly we're in a 2-on-4.
Yeah, they mollied themselves. That was a real crux of Valiance. That's really slowed them down on this push. Ariel being a further nuisance, shutting it down from the bomb train, and even that flank from Popdog landing the final kill. Sergey coming in at the end, and wow, that AWP, despite having no armor, being up against 3 MAC-10s, it lines him up. A fast T-con rush. I think B would have been a far better choice, but Valiance learned that the hard way. So ENCE keeping things content for now. Now we're going to have at least Valiance going for that buy round, because it was, of course, a bonus in the previous. So they still have money in the bank. Double digits taken for ENCE, the first team to do so as we head forward. Shots from Ali, not too bad as well. Nice nice catch on the jumping players.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You kind of hit the nail on the head, right? Those SMGs would have mattered to Alu had they not been, you know, hundreds of meters away the other side of the map, where he could just comfortably sit back and rally those shots down range. Alu has never felt so comfortable before. So now 2 rounds in the advantage of ENCE. Buy back in for Valiance. That was the bonus round attempt in the round prior, so they still have the AWP out on Otto. They still have plenty of utility. And another shot at redemption here in round number 19.
Ooh, that was a close catch. Playing ball over in T-con, got to be careful. He's going to count himself lucky for now, just stay close to the wall. As Valiant set up on Ivy, this smoke is still down, protruding in their face. They can't go too much further. Not a physical wall, but about as good as one. Otto's on the AWP, and that nade has just slam-dunked him down to 47. Valiant want to go for an A execute here, and they have crept all the way up Ivy, so X7, he's going to be the first and only line of defense from this position, but ENCE do still have 4 players on the site, one just rotating off at the worst possible time. That is going to be a regretful decision, rather. X7 spotting that first out, but Hunter needs no teammates to trade. He's already found the entry.
Yeah, ENCE has continued in that fashion, in with their second, but Alexa B throwing everything into chaos now. As he does manage that trade, the rotations are already here, so this is just a 3-on-3 fight to the death. And Sergey, he's feeling pretty happy with that, dealing with Letny. Ali peeks out and drops Otto, and in the blink of an eye, it's Esperanto left standing over at the buffers. They'll put a stop to him. And that's ENCE 11-8. They're not looking to let this one run late. They want to try and end this here and now. There's no money left for Valiance, so likely just going to be the eco. Maybe they're just going to try and throw in a fast B play, test the waters over at that bomb site. Haven't really got to see how ENCE are electing to go about that, have Valiance.
That early rotate to B almost came back to haunt ENCE, but luckily Alu actually went for the long wrap through the CT spawn instead of rotating back into the connector, and as a result was able to drop one and cover the bomb. Not that that was a problem. ENCE picking up all the kills in the end, 11-8. Nice nade as well. Going straight up the ramp from Sergey, doing a hell of a lot of damage. Valiance, 3 players tagged up. Only 3 P250s and a couple of Glocks. Just around where they can burn out the utility from ENCE, try and make them waste some money and some time. Late Ivy play after showing earlier presence on B, but only 2 players here, and you're up against AWPs and rifles with no nades to cut their sight lines off. So X7's going to have a field day here, but the re-smoke is down, and As a result, we see Letney back off, and I mean, there's nothing you can do here if you're Valiance. You're just hoping that you can maybe catch a player off guard and get a crazy shot with the P250. Oh.
Yeah, yikes. That is pretty dire nade onto Esperanto and Hunter. Everyone getting chipped away by it with the exception of Nexa. Or Letney, rather, as he sits all the way over towards Pop. He's going to drop down. He gets that little bit for free, so he's worked hard for his little bit of real estate. Lexaby up here on top of the green chain, trying to get damage done. Is helped out by the rest of the gang, and this round is quick, clean, and everything in between for ENCE. 12-8. But a bite back on the horizon for Valiance. They at least have that to fall back onto. Issue is not going to be seeing an AWP. It will just be rifles across the board. That means they might struggle to go toe-to-toe with Alu. On the upside, should have enough money for a decent bit of utility. It's not the best buy we've really seen.
This is a B execute buy, and it seems like Valiance feel the same way. Already set up very early on outside of this B site. Hunter avoiding those wall banks mostly. Sergey peeking down through this B site and not finding too much, so he smokes it, rotates a fast play out A. Valiance already caught by Aerial. He gets a dink to the second man, but Valiance get the frag instead, so a man advantage as this bomb starts to get planted on the site. Alu, oh, that nade's going to clip the top of that pipe, I think, and therefore knock down, not do anything anyway. Alexi B gets a kill in the meantime. Now it is a 3-on-3 retake.
Oh, that jump's going to get hurt. So they know that Alexaby is out and in the open. Everyone from Valiance just tucked away. They're not giving these fights to the Finns. Hunter rallies a couple of shots out just to get their attention, just to preoccupy their minds. Make them focus on him so they can't push and prod the other Valiance players. They're on the defuse and they're sticking it. Sergey has their back. They do get them off the bomb. They have to get on it now. And for ENCE, I don't think there's any time. There's not. Valiance have done it. They've been able to go ahead and retrieve a 9th round. Sergey dies with the bomb. Everybody falls within the server, but it's a 9th round for Valiance locked in. Only issue with that, if you recall, Hugo, they'd fully invested. Everybody falls. So the buy here, not going to have all the bells and whistles of a team that has just won a round.
Yeah, far from it. And ENCE have everything to play with. Remember, they won 3 rounds prior to that, so...
I mean, I said not going to have all the bells and whistles. This doesn't even have, like, tires. I guess that's what you're comparing it to, is a bike. You need to have a whistle on a bike, do you? I don't know. I don't know.
You have a bell and a whistle on, yeah.
I've never needed it on. Oh yeah, you just have one or the other, right?
There's a whistle on anything, unless you're drowning in an ocean. And even then, you can use a whistle all you want.
Yeah,
still
it's a flare gun, man. I wouldn't want a whistle. That's not my first bit of trial. Yeah, at least
I know, but they don't put flare guns on inflatable jackets. Oh, yeah. It's like, oh, if you get lost, shoot 300 flares into the sky. No one's going to miss that. Anyway, fast speed play here for Valiance. Sergey, he's in the Molotov. He's on fire. Better than drowning, at least, but he's only going to get one before he goes down. Ooh, nice shot from Alu. And just like that, the bomb's dropped in the open, Aerial's moved in, and Valiance have just been absolutely slaughtered.
Yeah, drowning under a sea of bullets in that B bomb site were Valiance. They get decimated, and that is the importance of everyone falling in that round prior. You notice there was very little in terms of firepower, they had very little in terms of utility. As such, they try and work some of these SMGs into these closer angles, and in doing so, they try and run the gauntlet against the likes of Alu and Aerial, and you don't last long when you do that without the smokes, without the flashes going down to accompany you.
And because that's a reset, we've even got the force here for Valiance. If they lose this, they're up to 14 rounds on ENCE, and Valiance will have no money. I imagine they just keep forcing at this point. I mean, an eco here would have meant a buy in the next round would be crap anyway, so there's really no good situation for Valiance here. It's pick your poison, but both the options are cyanide. Creeping up IVX, oh, they will pass up close. He's going to have to hit this shot, and he does. Second player in position, but he's got 2 teammates by his side. Doesn't need them. Oh, nice shot. Nice shots. Esperanto. He might have just saved this day.
Yeah, the Deadly Deagle double down from Pop Dog. This shot from Alu as well, gonna allow them to escape from this A-bomb site with a 3-on-3. Now those weapons aren't retrievable because they are down at Ivy, but when Alu's pre-rotated on round to this B-bomb site, Sergey's still sitting pretty inside of it. X7 watching from Ivy, so the bomb can go down here. Alu's gonna be rotating in, peeks out from Connector. Ooh, he's very lucky to be alive there. Gonna try and deny the bomb plant. He's just rushing on in. They have to run it, and Letney will dispatch of Alu. So now a 2-on-2 secured. A little bit of time, but not much to try and set up some post plants here. Hunter does get caught trying to cross over to Pop Dog, and that leaves Letney in the hot seat here. 1v2, a Deeg, and a Dream.
But they have the kit. They can just jump on the bomb and have a defender. Quick tap to force his peek, try and force his hand, but he's not got the balls to go for it. He'd rather play passive, and probably the best decision ever, but Sergey's going to chase down the kill anyway. Defuse is found, ENCE up to 14 rounds, and as said, money is going to be in a dire situation here for the Valiance side. But of course, that bomb plant giving a little bit more extra cash, but I don't really know what you do here. You know, it's so hard to convince yourself to play for overtime when you're at 14-9, or what would be 15-9. It means you're going to have a rifle round at least, but the alternative is, obviously, you have to play OT, and that's never fun. So, yeah, they find a bit of a middle ground. Actually, this is okay. You've put money in, you've got a buy here, you've got 2 guns, but you've also got 3 in the next round. So this is actually a really reasonable decision from Valiance. Like we said, best of a bad situation. But how much can you really do with this with no utility at all? That's the question.
Well, I mean, we've kind of already seen they try and run the lack of utility, and that's the thing. Alu is, I mean, this is when he's going to come into his own. If you're going to give him long sight lines and players out in the open, no utility to cover them, that's when Alu thrives with this AWP in hand. Well, Otto and Letney will manage 2 kills between them, and Aerial just manages to get out of danger. Ooh, flick round. Aerial's really feeling nuts today. Head on a swivel, able to duck away from the man in Ivy. That's Nexa. Letney's nearby and about to cross into the crosshair of Aerial, who is really feeling it today. Nexa's left in a 1v3, and ENCE, they succeed in reaching map and series point here on Train. It was a slow start to the day on Dust. They picked it up on Mirage, and they're looking to slam down the gauntlet here on Train. Natu and his boys feeling happy as they stand now just 1 round away from locking in that spot, playing North for a chance to qualify for the major.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Only a couple of games away, a couple of maps away potentially. And stickers on the horizon maybe, but they've got to win this one first. 1 more round. We've got those rifles out for Valiance and a faster play out through the Pop Dog. Nexa gets caught running through the smoke, and this is just an absolute massacre. 2 kills already. Boost up for Hunter, but there's no one on top of the Train. ENCE playing back. And Orion's belt over this A site. Letney trying to get out, but XB's on the angle. Sorry, that's Aerial rather. Of course it is. He's just been on fire this game. 25 kills right now, matching that of Sergey. Esperanto and Hunter, the lone 2 Rangers down on this B-bomb site. It's Sergey, it's Alu, and they've got to hold this one off.
Yeah, they finally are able to put a smoke between them and Alu, which must feel like a welcome bit of respite at this point in time. Hunter has to hide in it. And he's the man with the bomb. If they spray through and find him, this round should draw to a close. If they're able to get that bomb down, maybe they can find something. The issue with Esperanto pushing into the bomb train like that is Hunter couldn't just throw the bomb back across. He had to try to cross to get it down, and he has managed to do so. There's already a player up and past Esperanto. ENCE just running in. They're giving no respect away of Valiance there, and rightfully so. They've done it 16-9. The Finns close out Train.